Hi, Laurie Antoll here, and I look like I died, kind of, but I am going to show you how I make myself not look like I'm dead. Yeah, I have an autoimmune disease, and yes, I am getting older though, but I don't have to have these dark circles under my eyes as much. And actually, the reason I have these dark circles under my eyes, you could say, well, it's genetic or whatever. It's because I have Hashimoto's disease, and I also recently discovered there's a possibility I'm getting another autoimmune disease, which apparently causes buildup of collagen, which is funny because I've been I want to build up my collagen to get rid of these circles under my eyes and stuff. It's catch-22, right? So anyways, I'm starting with Dream Tint by Jane Iredale, and I get it in peach, so it gives me a bit of a, she doesn't give very much of a, it doesn't make me look like, I don't think, too orange, because it's actually very light. I just kind of spread it all over my face. Normally I'd actually put this on with some sort of applicator, well, I used to, but I find it, I think, more economical to actually put this on with my hands and fingers, and easier because it's so thin. And I also put it on my neck, so my neck matches my face. So you can barely tell the difference because it's so light. This actually has an SPF in it. SPF of 15. And then on top of that, I put Smooth Affair, which is a primer. And this I don't use a lot. I don't use a lot. Like, I use basically like a little bit. Spread it on my, I also got my eye. My forehead. A little bit more. Just a touch. On my chin area. And then I try to get my nose and cheek area, and just a little bit, just a tiny bit more. Actually, you should only use like about a pea size. I put like such a tiny bit on my finger. Make sure all the areas get it. Now, this is interesting because I've gone from using brushes with hair, synthetic hair, to silicone brushes, which actually are kind of different. See these? This is a silicone brush. And I thought, well, this isn't going to work. How is this going to spread my makeup around? But I find that with the cream makeups, like Jane Iredale BB Cream, and this is the old brand. I still have this. This may last me for a year, though, so maybe a year before I try their new stuff. I think this is this is a 3. Yeah, this is a 3. And I put just a little bit, and I spread it around. And it actually works. Like, this actually works in getting it everywhere. Put a little bit more, a little bit, and put it down my nose, and on my chin. Put a little bit more, and do my cheek. And a little bit more on this side. And then I just kind of make it uniform. Okay, now that I've done my basic face, what I want to do is I have to do my eyes, the under eye area particularly. And this is Enlighten Cream from Jane Iredale. This is the old bottle. And what I have to do, because it no longer lets me, this no longer works. It won't let me, it's like if I go like this, nothing comes out. I discovered, because there's still makeup in this, to just break it open like that. It popped open by accident one day and I realized, oh wait, there's more makeup in there. So I take this silicone brush, which kind of has this edge, and I dig down in there and scoop some of the makeup up, and then just go under my eyes like that. And I'm going to blend this in with something else because I don't like this. And then like that, just for the initial application. And I also kind of like to put some up here to blend it in. This has an SPF in it. That's another reason why I do it like this, because it'll give my eye area some sun protection. So then, and I snap this closed afterwards. And then I also like to blend it with this, because this is kind of thick. This is Honest Beauty Sandstone Bright Eyes. And I take this and I just like squirt a little bit out, and then use this and just put it on the tip of this brush, and then just kind of go over it like that. And do the same thing again on this side. And then I also like sort of blend it in up here and blend it in up here. Now you might think, well, I've got these weird streaks now around my eyes. I take the brush that I used for blending everything else and just go like this with it. And use it to kind of spread it around and spread it in and blend it in. Don't pull too, you don't want to pull too hard, but a little bit more rough than you probably will be, but I just like to blend that in. And same for this, is like blend it in with the blush. Blend it across the eye and just blend it in with the silicone brush. And it's really weird. Like, if it mixes in with the foundation that I already used a little bit, that's already on this thing, because this is the same brush I used to blend in my foundation, it's okay. I don't care. Because it's all supposed to make a canvas that's supposed to sort of blend into each other anyways. You know, it should look like a nice, even canvas anyways. This side always has a Yeah. I'm going to maybe take my finger just a little bit and tap it just a little bit, just to sort of get rid of any of the lumps. Just gently like pat. There. Now I have this neat thing that I do now that I didn't do before with Jane Iredale sticks. Jane Iredale came with this series of sticks. I found some of them on sale really cheap at a wholesale store. Like I got 2 of them for like $10. They're about 30 to 40 typically. And then I also got them on sale too from Jane Iredale directly because they were having a sale. I got like 20% off. This is Sizzle. This is a bronzer, which I never thought I'd use a bronzer, but this is really kind of light. This is their lightest shade. And what I do is I kind of contour my face. I do, right? I've been using like different kinds of like lessons online kind of deal on how to do this. This is the way I like to do it. That's a little messy. That's a little messy. I don't mean to go that far. Just do that side and that side. I do the side of my nose, right below my chin, in the corner of each eye, with the brown, with the sizzle. It's called Sizzle. And then just my lowest cheek area on either side. Just the lowest cheek area. Like this line that goes up from the corner of my mouth up on both sides. Just that. Not a lot, actually. Like 2 or 3 times over with it. It came with this little cap thing, and I keep using it just like that, and then that. Now I got 2 different highlighters. I have a gold one, and which is, I think, the gold is Solstice, and what's the other one? And the pink one is Cosmos. And today I'm going to use Cosmos because I'm wearing blue and I feel like being in that little pink mood. I've used both of them, and I honestly don't see very much of a difference. I put that right there along my chin. I seem to be able to do either or. Tip of my, like right above my lip, and then just across the top of my cheekbone under my eye. Right there. Yeah. And I think that's it. One thing online, like one of those filters on like TikTok suggested I do up here too, but I don't do my eye. Though I've wondered, I meant to contact Jane Iredale and ask if I could use this as a primer on my eye, on my eyelid, if it would be safe. Because they don't make up eye primer anymore. Kind of irks me. And what I do is I use a different silicone brush. And then I use one side of it to blend the brown areas, like that. And that. The brown areas first. I always do the brown, I don't know. You may do this differently, or may decide to do it differently, but I do the brown areas first. Brown in first, and just kind of blend it in. See, and blend that in. All the areas I did in brown, and blend it, and then I flip it over and use the other side to blend in the highlight. The highlight that I just put like down my nose, up here, and then above the cheekbones. I just kind of blend it in. And blend it in. Now, the final step for my facial contouring is I do have a blush stick. It's called Enchanted, and it's kind of a pretty, like, I don't know, pinky brown peach, like it's like that's the color of it, and it just looks natural. It actually looks so natural that after I put it on, I barely tell it's there. I just do a little, like 2 strokes like that, sometimes 3. Put it away, put it back away, seal it up with the lid, and I take a third brush. And I use 3 of these. These things are so easy to wash. I use almond oil to wash them. I could take a paper towel and a little almond oil, clean off all the makeup, and then take a little soap and water and clean off the residue of the oil, and they're clean. Like I found that almond oil works better than just soap and water. It really takes the this makeup off the silicone brushes really easily. That is my blush right there. See, it's just really subtle. You can barely tell I have any blush on at all, which I like. And then that's it. Now next, my eyes. Okay, for my eyes, I have this primer by Jane Iredale, which they don't make anymore. I still have some left, though. It's about halfway through, I think. So this might last me till the rest of the year, but it's in gold. And I just use this little silicone brush and just put that on my eyebrow, on my eye, as a base. So that when I put the eyeshadow on, I find I need some sort of cream primer on my eye, or the eyeshadow doesn't stick or stay as well. But if I do this, it'll stay on all day. So I don't know. I have to talk to Jane Iredale, because I talked to them before about this, and they said they were going to come out with something eventually. But I'm wondering if if I'm supposed to use like one of their highlighter sticks for this, which I could do, I guess. But I want to make sure it's safe. Okay, it's very subtle. It's a little just shimmery of gold. And then I also have to do my eyebrows. And I have these eyebrow pencils by Honest Beauty. Because unfortunately, Jane Iredale's eyebrow stuff is not vegan. So I don't use their eyebrow stuff at all. Brush out my eyebrows. This is ash blonde, but I have 2 of these. I have one in warm blonde and one in ash blonde. And I'm kind of lazy. I have stencils I could use, but I just want to give a natural look, so I just basically follow the natural. Like, I have had my eyebrows plucked so much that I don't get them plucked anymore. I probably could use a good shaping, but they're so thin as it is, and I don't even bother. I pluck this area in here, like in between my eyebrows, and that's about it. I just let them be as they are, because they've already been, like, they're pretty much permanently shaped. That's the thing with eyebrows. You pluck them enough, eventually they stop growing back. So basically I'm stuck with this, what I have right now. Plus I have an autoimmune disease, and I've had thyroid diseases. So it's really hard. Like, I could end up losing my eyebrows completely because of my disease. So I basically kind of keep it to a minimum. Makes them stick out a little bit more. Because look, my eyebrows are just baby blonde like when I was born, so you can barely see them. I was born a ginger blonde, but then as I got older, it went blonde. And so you can barely see my eyebrows because they're there, but they're just blend right into my skin. This just goes over. All right. And then I have an eyebrow gel also by Honest Beauty. This is taupe, but in all honesty, I think maybe I ought to like get a darker shade. And I might do that in the future. I might get a darker shade to make my eyebrows pop more. And maybe go to a brunette. I just brush it over a little bit. This is meant to just keep them in place. I did the same thing on this side. Now, surprisingly, I can use silicone brushes for my eyeshadow, and this is Natural Matte by Jane Iredale. It's my favorite palette, and I like to use the orange on my eyebrow base, but then I like to use the yellow in the corner, and then one of these for like the rest of it. So it depends on how I feel. Today I'm going to do the orange on the base because I like a natural look. If I was doing something, if I was going more evening, I might do something crazy, like try to do a brown smoky eye with this, but typically this is what I do. I just use the orange. on the main part of my eye, and I do both of them. It's like a peach color. I don't know what the actual name of the shadow is. And again, I'm using a silicone brush. It works. And then what I do is I take the yellow, just at the little tip of this, and put it right in the corner. Do that again. Right in the corner. I just want to give it a little bit of a highlight. A little bit of, make the eye pop a little bit by putting it just in the corner. All right, now I take another brush. I take this more slanted brush, has an edge to it. And what do I feel like today? I think I'm going to just use, I think I'm going to do a, normally I wouldn't do this one, but I think I just want a light effect. So I just want to do like this one, which is like a little bit of a light brown, just to give it a little bit of a contour, and just put it right in the crease of my eye, just a little bit. Same thing on this side, a little bit, just a little bit of pop. I want a real natural look here. I like having a natural look. So it just gives it a little bit of, it just shadows the contours. And then I think that I'm going to use the yellow again and do it like right in the brow, the yellow on the brow. Yellow on the brow, just to give it some contour and to blend it all in. Yellow on the brow. See? Ta-da! Just a basic natural look. Now, finally, I'm going to do my mascara, which I'm okay. I'm afraid I'm going to punch myself in the eye if I do it on. Let me see. Just a little mascara. Wow, I'm actually doing this without punching myself in the eye. It's hard to do this without a mirror. Like I'm just doing it with my reflection. Okay. And that is my look. Oh wait, it didn't blend in too well. Okay. Oh yeah, and I forgot my lips. Duh. Okay, the final thing I have to do is my lips. And for that, I'm going to use Mineral Fusion Elegant, which is a light pink peach color. Just line my lips. I'm just going to do just really quick. Oh, okay. You should probably do this a little more steady than I'm doing it right now, and a little cleaner than I'm doing it right now. I'm just throwing it on. Jane Iredale and Jackie, which is sort of a orange-red. Actually, I think the only Jane Iredale lipstick I'm ever going to need. It's the only one I really like. There may be like one or two other shades I might try, but I don't know. I feel like this is my color. I guess it's a color I would wear all the time. Now, to give it a little punch, I also use this Spice Peach. I've seen someone use sangria in a video. And just overlay it. Right. Oh, it's a little glossy. Now I'm done. One more thing, the Jane Iredale spray D2O, which is supposed to set my makeup, and I just close my eyes and go. And now I'm supposed to be done.